So, we've seen a wonderful start, a wonderful second case, the best third case until Ace Attorney 6. So, what do they have next for the fourth case? What are the most... Well, I'll just let you see for yourself.
What's that?
A bridge.
It's noir now.
Don't you get it, Teo? It's a flashback, so it has to be done in a 1950s filter.
Come closer and I'll kill her!
Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance.
That's brutal.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Dang.
Damn.
Gives me bang, Jovah.
Oh, hi, Phoenix.
I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey.
Fugitive data. Oh shit, actual computer thing.
Remember, this was first on the Game Boy Advance, too.
Terry O's.
Charges: kidnapping, murder, sentence, death penalty after
well, even the
escaping.
stuff from the first game, like I was surprised to learn that it was on the Game Boy Advance.
Terry O's.
Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met.
Oh, that's a remix of what film?
Turnabout
I forget.
Sisters.
Yeah.
6 years earlier, Mia Fey first trial.
Oh goody.
Alright.
So we're playing as Mia again.
For the
Dawn of the first
Hey.
trial.
Well, considering the first case, I'm not complaining. Ugh. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die.
Remember, this was actually her very
foreshadowing.
first case.
I never should have accepted this case.
Oh boy, here we go. I've been looking forward to this moment.
Tio, you voice him.
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
It's in a couple of minutes from now.
Good morning. I'm just jumping
What
here.
does he have on his face?
Marks.
I didn't do nothing. I swear, I didn't kill nobody.
Right.
Oh, come on, Jovah, how can you doubt that face?
Pedro, you're the one who constantly judges witnesses by their looks.
But why
True.
does he still go around?
Well,
with
exactly,
that, you know?
exactly my point, Jovah. Look at his face. Is that the face of a clearly evil guy?
Well, the way he's dressed.
Oh, come on,
That's
Jovah. It's
stereotyping me wrong.
the face tells a lot more than the clothes. Jovah.
Hey, did they actually put a ball and chain on it?
Yep,
Yeah, why?
you'll see.
Also, it's not doing much good. I mean, he's holding the thing.
He was a prisoner on death row, but he escaped from it.
So like
why
he's
did he escape anyway?
extremely like agile or something.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna break your teeth.
I'm
from
sorry,
doing
I'm
that.
sorry.
I didn't do nothing. I killed nobody.
Oh.
I did not hit her.
I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. Okay.
About that.
But Mr. Falls?
Yeah, falls.
False. Get it? False? Huh? Because it happened near a waterfall? Huh?
I always
Actually,
thought it was...
I thought it was because he tells the false. Oh, sorry, totally a lie.
Oh, look at those eyes.
Oh.
Come on, you see, Jovah, how could you possibly doubt those eyes?
There is actually a character
anyway,
in
I
a
didn't-
Japanese
I never killed nobody.
like called False, and
His vocabulary
yeah,
seems to be very
guess what
limited.
they're like.
Well, Pedro, April May gave sparkly eyes.
Also,
Nah, not really. I could see for her bullshit right from the first moment I saw her, honestly.
Pedro, Dahlia Hawthorne in the first case.
No, actually, too, when I first played the game, I myself had a weird feeling about her from the moment as well. She sounded way too perfect at the beginning.
I think what threw most people off was the fact that she gave a testimony that otherwise would have netted you a not guilty verdict.
it's one of those subtle things, like the way Takumi writes people. Like one of the things that I love about Takumi's writing is the subtleties he puts in characters that allows people like me to immediately tell who if the character is good or bad.
Without ruining it for others, of course. Alright,
Yeah.
go on.
2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed.
So again, just to recap.
Then about 8 hours later, the policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him.
Because of course she was.
Let's see. So a death row inmate escaped from prison and then supposedly murders a policewoman. You don't get more guilty than that. Well, guilty looking.
Police believe that Terry Falls did it.
Well, obviously, it's the classic cliche. You kill a cop, you practically have a death mark on your face.
After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman?
So that face, though. Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped.
Ooh.
So, that much is true. You did meet with the victim.
073D. I don't know what that means. But it didn't kill her!
Please stop fighting that.
Oh no. She was alive when it left. She was alive. This is true.
Do you think there's a brownie in there or something?
It's an Easter egg.
Maybe it's a jawbreaker. Literally.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh
I can
yeah.
trust him, right? I should. Hmm?
Well,
Gee, I wonder who this guy is.
You're not going to figure out the truth just by just staring at the guy.
That's a
she
nice
right?
red outfit
Is-
he's got.
I
Yeah.
Who do you think this is? I mean, it could be anybody.
it's clearly in pain.
Well, we're
Okay,
I
but-
I
mean,
came.
it's clearly Apollo's recolor. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's right. He has a similar outfit and
Fury
everything.
Lion's Den.
Anyway,
So
we're
yeah, a long time ago, he was actually an acquaintance of Mia's.
I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with.
and we can see his eyes. So who melted his eyes?
We're going to see what happens. Don't worry, we're going to see what happens.
all will be
Well,
revealed.
we're going to be told. We're not going to see it, but we're going to be told.
Ha! That old man is probably still in bed.
Again, hemorrhoid joke.
Yeah, could we
I
not?
don't. Please no. I'm so tired of the hemorrhoid joke.
Don't worry, guys. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead.
Ugh.
Aren't I
Thank
good?
goodness for that.
Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armado.
Armando.
It's actually Armando, but whatever.
Yep.
I didn't say.
Basically, back in the day, Diego
You
Armando.
expected something else, but it was me, Diego.
Basically, back then, he
Sorry.
was the hotshot lawyer, and also Mia's senior and whatnot.
So yeah, fun fact: he was a defense attorney 6 years ago. So you might be wondering what the hell happened in between.
Oh, he not only that, he was the ace attorney of his day.
Yeah.
So Diego Armando.
Finest
Fine.
lawyer.
No, you got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest.
So yeah, meet Mia's mentor.
So I take that this guy never clashed with one car. Must have never clashed with one karma.
After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case.
Remember, Joe, was
Imagine
maintained a
An
perfect record.
escaped death row convict for our first client.
He might have had a clash with him, but
Ambitious.
probably didn't win. Yeah.
But rubbish.
Yeah. Thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it though.
So yeah, how's this for a first case? Phoenix's first case was simple. Apollo's first case was
But
relatively
but Payne-
simple.
but
But
Payne was eased in the other case, and Mia, if I recall, stated that she made him the first time there.
The
So
prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well.
I'm actually quite a big fan of the first case of Ace Attorney 6 as well.
oh, indeed.
Really?
okay. So
Yes, really.
Unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention,
Wink, wink.
he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career.
So we're going up against a rookie prosecutor. Huh. Just like when we first went up against Godo.
A rookie prosecutor. I keep forgetting, Jovah. Is this his
That's
first
our
case
next.
as well?
Officially, yes.
Ah, okay.
Sharpen those
Wait,
claws
this
of
isn't
yours.
Pain, is it?
Don't
Go
worry.
time.
Don't worry, we'll see.
You'll
No,
see.
no,
soon.
remember,
time.
we, whatever. I'll
You'll-
tell you later.
A solitary confinement cell for the
Condemned.
condemned. It must be the world's longest.
Just ask Morgan Fay about that.
Narration.
And that's what my client ran away from.
I don't know, too. This is still tame compared to other.
Every
No, I
other
know.
lawyer gave up on him, but not me.
If only Adam was there to tell me what to think about.
When I saw those overflowing
Overflow.
eyes and heard that simple childlike voice,
Aww.
I just had the feeling that he was telling me the truth.
Aw.
Not
But
to mention, this is his attorney. Aside from one instance, our clients are always innocent.
What are
well,
the odds of happening again?
well, Pedro,
Aside
there,
aside from one instance.
there's actually the newer ones.
Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls.
Oh, so it's the Canadian judge.
Yep.
Yeah.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
It's a good thing it's the Canadian judge. The
Oh,
prosecution
Edward.
has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Okay.
His jacket looks
And-
more like his father's in this.
You mean Von Karma's?
This is, oh god.
Well, remember, Sheila, Von Karma was Edward's mentor.
Okay. Let me put it like this, guys. What you're about to see is Edgeworth at his most villainistic.
Underhanded and
Yeah, I can imagine because this was when he was still with Von Karma. That means he's also not gonna lose.
Also, remember Tia, remember that outfit that he had during Rise from the Ashes in his office? We still have to wonder, why has he not worn it since then?
Yeah.
You're about to get very good reasons for all of those. Anyway, yes,
Okay.
at 20 I became a lawyer, Your Honor.
I guess a little kid hasn't earned himself much of a reputation yet, huh?
Oh, don't worry, sooner or later we'll have a prosecutor who gets her badge at the age of 13.
Come on, Leah. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you.
Yeah, she's...
By the way, is my
That's
younger Goda voice
Sexual
fine?
tension. That's what we need.
Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that.
By the way, Jovah, is my young Goda voice fine?
Yes,
Well, he's
it is.
Canadian.
No, I mean,
No, man. But, go ahead.
no, mine for Goda.
Yeah, it's good.
Alright, go on, Pedro.
Well, it's basically the same voice you always give him. Anyway, 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct?
But just without the gruff is all.
Yep. Precisely. Like, lighten it up like mine. There you go.
But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison.
There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah, basically less gravelly.
On the day the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. Sorry, let's go this again.
So we're here to
I love that
determine
smug look on his
who's
face in that
responsible
sprite.
for her death.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho,
Look at
ho.
him in his prime with a cup of coffee in his mug. He
Kinda
looks so
reminds
upbeat.
of Monkey. He actually kinda reminds me of, well, say later.
You got it, kitten.
Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement.
Don't hold back, guys. Remember, this is Edgeworth before he got his character development.
Yeah, this
Yes,
is before he
Anna.
became a likable person.
So we need to expect updated OMC reports every 5 minutes.
No, even worse than that. Even worse.
No
Like-
updates at all.
Like I said, this is him at his most villainistic. Anyway, the defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. Oh, also jaywalking.
Mine
That's-
for that.
Okay, now I really hate him. Okay, never mind, Joe. But now you're right. Turns out he's not as good as I thought.
Jaywalking, curse the bad to hell.
A truly horrible crime. I remember it well, even though I didn't actually see it. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted.
Protracted, that's a term for drawn out.
Hmm.
Like a protractor that you draw
Is this
out.
a thing? Is this a thing you Americans say?
We have a very wide vocabulary. Anyway, what sealed the deal was a certain witness's testimony.
A witness's testimony?
Yes, that's what witnesses do. Me, they testify.
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. Basically, Terry Falls when he murdered another woman apparently back in the years, which got him on death row, threw an innocent young woman off a bridge. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current.
I really have to wonder, why can't these rookie attorneys just pick a case about, you know, divorce or something? Why does it always have to be murder? I mean, that's not the best way to start.
I know, right?
Well, I guess if they succeed, it puts them in a very good spot.
Again, though.
I guess, but damn.
Again, though. Sorry. Again, though.
No, go ahead.
Mia still holds the record for having the lawyer with quite possibly the most dismal-looking start in her career. Like, seriously, compare this to the way Phoenix and Apollo started off their careers, and, well... that makes it look like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Oh, does this mean it's gonna go terribly?
Sure, right. Edgeworth hasn't been defeated until Phoenix came around.
Yeah.
Remember.
Oh, right.
Remember. Which means, of course, that Mia's gonna lose this one.
It's like one of those boss battles where you cannot win.
But even though you know what's going to happen, trust me, you'll want to see the end of this case.
Okay.
Is this the final case in the game then?
No.
No.
Penultimate.
Oh, okay.
There is one slight problem I do have with that, though, is the fact that we're still playing through this, so trying to reason our way through against Edgeworth's arguments is kind of pointless because we know we're not going to win this one.
Admittedly, I don't think they're pointless because, again, you're seeing Mia's story through her eyes, and trust me, the way the case actually ends is... Well,
I know,
I'm guessing
I know.
This is good for learning about. I guess this is purposely just for learning about certain characters.
It
It is. But gameplay-wise, it's a bit of a downer that our reasoning doesn't really get us anywhere in the end, honestly.
Okay. I'll just say this. I felt the way you did, Pedro, until I actually got to the end of this case. That's all I'm going to say. For now, let's
Well,
just
no, don't get me wrong. Aside from that one problem, this case is bloody brilliant. Don't worry about that.
Oh, I get that's just what I mean. Is like, well, technically the ending kind of eliminates that problem, but again, I'll talk about it more when we get to the
We'll
end.
cross that bridge when we come to it. We got a long way to go, I'm guessing.
Alright, let's get to reading.
God, this judge
Watch
is
yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice.
Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders.
Does you?
The irony.
Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite.
I know.
Oh yeah, that's right. Back in the day, Edgeworth was also a huge fucking suck-up to the judge. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness.
Oh, and trust me, guys, you thought our usual judge was someone who could get swayed easily. This judge is even worse. I called the
Yeah.
detective who was in charge of the homicide.
Well, he's younger.
Oh, hi, Gumshoe.
Okay.
With a different trench coat, nonetheless.
Okay, a bit of trivia actually on this. Gumshoe kind of got screwed over in the design work. Basically, both he and Edgeworth were supposed to have way-looking different younger designs, whereas Dick Gumshoe was actually supposed to have a much cleaner-looking suit and only one spike instead of 3. Only, since this is back in the Game Boy Advance era, and they had to pack everything they could to the point where they had to make certain sprites shorter and whatnot, and they couldn't fit in Gumshoe's newer design, sadly. But he got a new trench coat out of the deal.
Yeah.
She was always getting shafted in this franchise, though, serious.
Alright.
What is it?
You really go Gumshoe focus, please.
Yeah,
Don't
he...
you concentrate.
Keep in mind, this is before he met Maggie.
Yep.
So.
True. No, seriously, my heart,
How blunt.
One thing I do love is that back then Gumshoe was so full of life and, Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to side with
Otherwise-
Edgeworth. I'm gonna have to side with Edgeworth on this one.
I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache.
Oh god.
Okay, I got it.
I'm sure you are a restraining order waiting to happen at this point in time.
Well, remember, Shuri, this is back when his life was more upbeat and he didn't suffer pay cuts all the time.
So what happened?
Well,
He became partners with Edgeworth, and as you know, Edgeworth is not exactly the most lenient prosecutor.
victim was Sergeant Valty Hawthorne. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss.
Let's check the autopsy report just to be sure. Okay, good.
Major?
Oh, sorry, I was That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself.
Okay.
Remember, I'm not the
Sorry, let me read that again. The court would like to hear more about the boot that incident itself.
Yes, sir, I got you. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here.
Oh yeah, that's actually right. I was supposed to do a Canadian South Park voice. I'll correct myself in the next line.
This is a patch of Dusky Bridge, not Suspension Bridge.
Oh, it's okay, Pedro.
Pedro, more offensive.
Well,
No, Jovah, I'm a South Park fan. That's how I think when I think of Canadians.
well, what I meant is like, well, your voice there is actually perfect for him, actually.
The victim and defendant met here on top of a bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car.
Alright then.
Yeah,
He was recaptured at the police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir.
I see. Okay.
yep. Oh, fun fact, actually, I learned the trivia behind the A that Canadians add on.
Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? I'm not your buddy, friend.
Victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Fortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge.
Which means,
Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. Wow, so he's even... Never mind, he's even less forgiving than Udgy. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Hey?
Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day.
Why, Mr. Edgeworth,
His face.
That face, though.
I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me, though I was some hoser.
Some hose.
Detective, proceed with your testimony. So I'm guessing this judge is very sensitive about the way people talk to him.
Oh, he's sensitive about everything.
He looks like he'll be the kind of person who gets easily offended by every little thing.
Yeah.
Here you go, Mia. Hang on.
Triggering alert.
Alright then, testimony time.
Could you imagine
Okay, now.
this judge on the internet?
Listen carefully, kitten.
He's your typical Tumblrite.
One little mistake and this guy will drink
Alright.
you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready.
Yeah, morning
You
tea.
know, there are
really
other
is
drinks
strong.
in the world aside from coffee.
Well, he just said morning
But
tea.
he just said tea.
Oh,
Everything stops
fine,
at tea.
whatever.
So,
Anyway,
Pedro? Never mind.
the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the surgeon and asked to meet.
So he was turned to the dark side, okay.
Surgeon Hawthorne went Dusky Bridge at a designated time and met with Mr. Foles.
Actually, Jovah, I'm starting to want... Oh, no, run. Let Tia finish first.
That's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Criminals stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Foles was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of a mountain.
Of course. Okay, what was it, Pedro?
Basically, Jovah, considering what we know about what happened, what of us know what happened to him, I'm surprised he didn't become an alcoholic because of it.
Oh. Wait, which person?
Diego Armando.
Oh, that.
Estas Bando.
Naturally.
Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination, eh?
Jovah, I guess you're back up.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up.
Tutorial from Diego?
Hey, settle down there, kid.
You're my mentor, you're supposed to give me a tutorial on this.
You keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee.
It's my first ever case.
Please give me a tutorial.
I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here.
Come on, this is attorney tradition. You're the mentor, I'm the rookie. You're supposed to give me a tutorial on this.
Get good.
The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright. Especially for a beginner.
He's not lying. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, Everyone's a beginner in here. Even the detective just got promoted.
Except Diego's not.
And the judge, I guess.
You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten.
And show him your pride.
Oh no, the lights went out again.
It's okay, Mia. Stay calm.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, Pedro.
Yeah, I know.
Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching.
She learns stuff from videos.
Well, to be fair, Theo, what can you really do in the night before your first trial?
Yeah.
Books, they actually exist.
Well, I'm sure that she read them as well.
Yeah.
No, I know it's a type of study that's...
She's, shall we say, trying to
already read.
prepare. Hold it! This unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right?
Well, considering she's unknown, I'm guessing not, Mia? Just saying.
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
Oh,
Sorry.
never mind.
What?
Say what? The one who called Sergeant Dawthorne was a defendant, Terry Falls.
Whoopsie.
What? The defendant? The defendant called her, eh?
Sergeant Dawthorne was a very true person, sir.
And I'm picturing the judge having a flapping head like in South Park.
She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls.
A note? Did you check both sides of it?
Yeah, some secret memo that she left on her desk.
Why is it that people keep leaving memos everywhere they go?
Gotta be.
It's like those audio logs you find in every
Yeah.
computer.
I guess we gotta keep it memorized, right? That's...
Why did they bother when they knew they were in terrible danger? Everywhere I go, I just see more and more audio logs. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed, drumroll, the defendant, Terry Falls, eh?
Yeah! Oh crap, that makes our defendant look more guilty. Ugh! Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me?
I wonder.
I mean, who would be so cruel and underhanded?
Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now.
Typical start to an Ace Attorney case.
Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer.
It's that detective's fault! He's the one who said unknown person!
Yeah, you also misled me into an error as well. Screw you, Gumshoe.
Hey now, don't make that face at me.
Everybody hates Gumshoe.
That way was the prosecutor told me to.
Aha!
Was that a trap?
Classic Edgeworth.
You can notice he's not as loyal to Edgeworth yet either.
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're just in
Which
time.
is interesting
sir.
considering what we know from the first investigations game.
What did I miss?
Basically, Shiori, we got a testimony that makes our client look all the more guilty, and Edgeworth may have told Detective Gumshoe to conceal something from us. Also, there was a note confirming that she did in fact meet with Terry Fowles, and we got evidence for that.
Well, Jovah, lack of different design aside, I do like the fact that when Yamazaki made Investigations 1, he had Gumshoe wear this exact same jacket.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at that point, there was no point in really changing his design because, you know, that's how the original trilogy had it. Oh well, it's just something that'll be lost to the flow of time unless they actually install it into a new remake of the trilogy.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
He was chased onto the bridge. That was where he had killed
Yeah, they
his
could have
hostage.
done that in these DS remakes.
They could have, but maybe they spent most. Maybe they put most of their. Yeah, it's actually weird because Ace Attorney 1 even had new content. Rise from the Ashes. Sadly, the other two didn't.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Jovah. When this DS remake of this game came out, was Investigations out yet?
No.
Well, they could have. Still in time, change both games to accommodate for this.
I really don't have too much of an idea. I'm wondering if they just wanted to keep that part faithful.
I guess.
The body of the victim discovered right away.
I'm guessing Takumi didn't want any major changes to his original vision. I don't know.
Yeah, we were really on the ball.
I'll talk more about that later.
On the criminal within 1 hour of a murder. That's fast.
Gotta go fast.
Great. We even got to say, don't move, we got you so.
Remember, Teo. Our motto is get there quick.
Our motto.
We learned that in Ace Attorney 1, remember?
Isn't there something weird about that?
The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains.
So ironically, out of all the people who got to enjoy themselves the most during this trial, Gumshoe.
How did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sorry.
That's you, Shirai.
Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right?
I feel like there's someone whose
All right,
name we should
my
make
turn
a
to
joke.
burp.
Okay.
That's what happened, and she wouldn't have been killed.
I'll be back up.
Dwebs, do your best Canadian accent.
She never mentioned the phone call, but Mr. Falls was from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on the desk about it. If only I had noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive.
Trust me, Gumshoe, if you had stopped her from dying, that would have altered the course of the timeline of Ace
You
Attorney
created a time
Harsley.
paradox.
I wonder why she didn't mention the call to anyone.
Gee, I wonder.
Hold it! Mr. Falls had a car then.
Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am.
Makes sense that he'd need to drive there to get there on time.
The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right?
They walked up there.
That must have been a lovely stroll then.
What? You mean the defendant drove his own car?
No, of course not. It was stolen.
Uh-oh. Grand Theft Auto.
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light.
Car babes. Not sure how I feel about car babes. But you know, that's so
You're a
Canadian.
judge, you're supposed to know how to feel.
Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything?
Yeah,
I don't know
thanks.
how I feel about my accent.
This is a photo of a stolen car's trunk.
To be fair, I'm a pretty indecisive individual, so... Although you should be able to determine... what
Naturally,
you think
that's the body of
Park is.
Valerie Holford. Why? Oh, okay.
Whoa! That doesn't look too comfortable.
If she was dead, I'm pretty sure she couldn't feel it.
I'm pretty sure she didn't mind.
The victim. She was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah, someone betrayed her, and then she got stabbed in the back.
Everyone betrayed me. Yeah.
Ha! For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back.
Literally or
I think he means
figuratively?
a bit of both. We're talking about a woman here.
Same difference.
You can tell from this photo, but
Oh.
But
the knife was stuck in her back, nice and firm.
the condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information.
He's decisive about something.
Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car?
Updated testimony? No.
Oh, here's a photo of a trunk, but I didn't see anything strange, do you? Anyway.
Hold it! What did the defendant have to say about this photo?
What he always says, man. I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. That's
Very
all he
creative.
says.
I didn't do nothing. Nothing? I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car.
Let's add that to the list of charges, shall we?
It's just what he always says, Your Honor. Then he always says,
Quote, quote. Dang it, past Jovah, you were supposed to. Oh,
No, not. Sorry, totally a lie.
just a little one.
Or something like that. Not.
Indecisive fellow, isn't he?
An indecisive defendant with an indecisive judge.
Well, in any case, so you seem to have caught and arrested.
Well, precisely.
Nice try, Libs.
Canadian, I can't really do accents.
Well, me neither.
I can. I just depends on
I
which
just do
accent.
the typical funny Canadian accent from South Park.
We should probably ask indication to some Canadian members of the SMB.
I know one Canadian SMB, but I haven't talked to him in a while because he's been kind of away from the forum and just Skype in general.
A lot.
What is that? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye?
She just yelled objection.
I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say.
We played the objection music and everything for you.
This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. I did it because it's cool.
You should have practiced before coming to court, eh?
But I can just
Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this.
Oh god, no, cannot.
Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy?
That's actually.
Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. How old is she by this point, Joe?
Yeah, what Tails?
23.
She's like 23, yeah. And Diego's like
coffee right
27. So they're perfectly, so it's perfectly fine.
Actually, remember, she said that Edward was younger than her.
Yep.
Yeah, Edward is 20.
Detective.
In this case, I mean.
Yes, ma'am.
This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct?
Whenever there's a photo in this attorney game, there's always something peculiar about it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well then, I suggest you take a look at the note written by the victim.
Unless it's Maya's costume in the second case, in which case the idea is that there's nothing.
I love,
strange
by
about
the
it.
way, how Phoenix's objection pose is literally based on Mia's objection pose.
That's actually one thing I do like. And notice how Phoenix took from Mia the way that Edward took from Von Karma over there with the way he poses and stuff too.
Yeah. That's a nice, really good detail on part of the animators.
Mm-hmm.
And a
Oh,
good
I must
excuse
have
to
forgotten
not
what the
use
victim
too much
looked like.
animation.
What's this special request?
Poor
I have
Gumshoe.
one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf?
She ate it.
She ate it.
Before or after she died?
It's actually red now because it was stained with blood. I can't seem to find it in this photo.
Good point.
It was under her body?
Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
Okay, scratch that then.
So much for that theory.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it.
We have ourselves a problem in judgment.
The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that, eh? Well, Miss Andrew, what do you have to say about this?
Gumshoe, you're fucking fired.
Let me guess,
I
you're going
see
to...
the defense is a little lacking.
Oh, for a moment there I thought he was going to talk to Gumshoe saying how his next pay cut is going to be abused.
Well, he doesn't have that jurisdiction yet, thank goodness. The scarf you are searching for so desperately for, is it this one, perchance?
Oh crap, someone shit on it.
Huh?
Okay, who the hell wiped their ass on the scarf?
On Dusky Bridge, I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation.
And you couldn't wait till you got home so you could... whatever.
Well, why? Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah!
Because I could be
Because I'm the resident asshole.
I made a decision to carry all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. You know, like how the defense carries it in their court record.
Resident Asshole, the new spin-off.
It's the safest place I know.
That
well,
hotshot sure has a flair for the
Ace
dramatic.
asshole.
I don't know, Jovah. Maybe all attorneys in this universe have the bottomless bags for Ni no Kuni and Dark Souls.
They must have, considering that we were able to hold a metal detector. But as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for.
Or maybe the purse from Mary Poppins? I don't know. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Oh, okay, it's mud then.
Not surprising. It was drizzling on the mountain that day.
I'm not even kidding, by the way, Jovah. When I first saw that sprite of the scarf, I immediately thought, wait, someone's wiped their ass on this scarf?
Well, you know, in the mountains with no toilets.
I guess, yeah. I guess. The court will accept the evidence, blah, blah, blah. We know what this is.
Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself...
Well, fuck you too.
Worn by the victim at the time of the incident, found on Dusky Bridge.
I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? And now we know why Edgeworth was salty when mentioning Mia during Turnabout Sisters.
Yeah.
Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his snotty little neck.
Jeez, just me.
Mia has homicidal thoughts.
Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business...
No, Edgeworth. Don't you know you're a rookie, so you don't know this. You see, whenever a piece of evidence is added to the court record, that means it's going to have some kind of purpose later on. This is how things go.
That's ridiculous.
You must
I can't
be Indian.
imagine that possibly being the case. The prosecution is to establish conclusively that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there.
Actually, Jovah, that just made me get a thought. You know one thing they could do, kind of like what No Kuni did with having some spells that are technically just there for the sake of giving more volume to the Wizard's Companion? One thing later Attorney games could do is have at least a couple technical useless pieces of evidence just for the sake of giving it a bit more, because sometimes some things that might be evidence turn out not to be that useful, like the bottle kind of was almost not that useful in the last case. It's an interesting idea, I think.
That is definitely an interesting idea. Alright, a genius, huh? So, in the next part, we will see more of what a genius Edgeworth is, what a hotshot gumshoe is, and
What a
what...
calculating bastard he is, but yeah.
Yeah.